Now, when Angular 17 came, in Angular 17, the major feature was control flow statement. Okay. So what we did with star ngif and star ngFor, these are direct queue. ngif was responsible to add and remove element. ngFor was responsible to create new element according to the array. Okay. Both of these things we can do with control flow statement. Okay. So that we are going to see today. Then we will see that ng class. Okay. Because currently this is recent, so you will be able to understand control flow statement very easily. And those who are not comfortable in English, now let me know so that you just remind me in between. मैं हिंदी में भी रिपीट करते जाऊंगा अगर आप रिमाइंड नहीं करो. गोपी ज्वाइन किया क्या गोपी ने? गोपी मुझे रिमाइंड करते जाओ, ठीक है गोपी? आवाज नहीं आ रही. So we created component. After that we need to create the route. Control flow. Now we have to increase our link. Okay. Let me run the project. Okay. Now UI we will use the same thing. Okay. So that we will remember what we did. Same scenarios I'm copy pasting from ngif and I'm pasting it over here. Just I'm removing ngif. Just 1 minute. Okay. So see, in ngif, what scenarios we did? First was if we check this checkbox, we have to show this div. Otherwise, we have to hide that div. Now, same scenario we have to do with control flow statement. Okay. So control flow statement is a new topic which we got from Angular 17. Okay. They might ask you that from which version we have got this. So Angular 17. Okay. Now, so in case of ng, what we were doing? Star ng if, and here we were writing our condition, whatever, right? But in control flow statement, we have to write directly at the rate if, and then your condition inside if condition, and then curly braces. How you know if and else from your normal programming? Just like that. Just you have to add at the rate symbol before that. And if this condition gets true, we didn't create the variable. Oh, sorry, not here.
So we should not
HTML.
import for this.
No, nothing need of import.
Okay.
Okay. And this div, which you want to render if the condition satisfied, will go inside it. In case of ngif, we were adding the ngif on the element itself. But now, whatever the element you want to show or hide based on the condition, that you need to put inside this curly braces. Same thing we used to do with if else also. Na? Whatever the line of code we want to execute, that we used to put inside the curly braces. Same thing like that. Okay. Now, this is our checkbox variable. So let me just copy that TS code also. Forms module. Okay. So we have this variable is divisible. So this variable we need to bind to this checkbox. Square bracket, round bracket, ng model. Okay. So see, we have a checkbox which we have binded to this variable. Now, if this variable is true, we need to render this. So this will go over here, condition. So see now. Currently checkbox is false. So you can see div is not visible. We can make it check, it is visible. Understood? So what we did, just use @ and whatever your condition. If this condition is true, inner line of code will be executed, otherwise not. Clear?
So we are directly using if condition in the HTML.
HTML only, directly. Just make sure @ symbol should be there. If you don't add it, it will be plain text. Now that curly bracket we have used now, so it might give error. Okay. So @ symbol is very important. Remaining logic is same. Okay. Understood the first example? And for using @ if now, you don't have to import anything. In case of ngif, you had to import it, but @ if you don't have to import anything. So that's a good thing. You are not, you don't have to unnecessarily increase the code in your .ts. Clear?
Yes.
Second was we had two buttons, and on respective of the buttons, we have to show and hide. Okay. So for that, what we did, div to status. So now we div to status. So here we have string type of variable. Okay. And on the click of the button also, we have to call this function, change status, and whatever the status we are getting as a parameter that we are storing over here. So this function we will call on the respective show and the hide button. Click. Here we will pass hide. And in the other text box, we will pass show. Okay, here we will pass show, and here we will pass hide. Okay, why it is giving error? Opening
Change.
tab button. No,
Same.
where change?
Spelling.
No, it is showing
It is
opening
copied.
tab.
Right?
We have double
Double quotes.
quotes multiple times we use.
Okay,
In hide.
inside double quote.
Yes.
Okay, so we are calling this function, and while calling, we are passing some parameter. Whatever the parameter we are passing, that will get stored into this variable. Correct? Now, this variable has what do we say? String type of data type. So this is the div2. Again, @ if round bracket div2 equal to comparison we have to do. If it is show, then only we have to show it. Okay. So this HTML which you want to render, if the condition gets true, will go inside over here. Let's see. See. Same it is behaving. Okay. But here we have one more thing. In ngif also we had that, but again we have to write so much of code. So when we talk about if, what does if come with? What else we have with if?
Else and else if.
Right? else also. So at the rate else we can write. Again curly bracket. Same thing you are writing, just at the rate symbol you need to write. Okay. So now,
Sir, this at the rate, this syntax was came from Angular 17,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So see now, if this condition gets true, this div will render. Otherwise, it will render this div. See now. By default, this is visible. If I click on hide, see else div. Clear? In ng also we can do like this, but for that we have to use ng template. Okay. I will explain that sometime. Clear? At the rate if and at the rate else. Okay. So here also same thing. What do we have to write it over here? At the rate if. You have to bind a variable now. Selected cast. Pure bracket, round bracket, ng, model. What will be the condition over here? Remember, like if other is select, sorry, not here, no, here. If other is selected, then only we have to show this other text box. What condition I need to write it over here?
If selected cast equal to other.
Double equal to.
Yeah, double equal to.
Other. Others are okay, understood. Same thing now, we did it in ngip also. Just way of writing syntax is something different. There we write that same condition. Let me show you. See, there we write the same condition in ngip. Now we are writing the same condition on at the rate if. Remaining things are same. See. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will introduce one more scenario. Instead of what do we say text on, I wanted to explain that multiple ladder. Enter starting day char. Okay. Max length, I'm saying like maximum 3 characters you can type. Okay. So see, here I have a text box where I can enter maximum 3 characters. So when we talk about weekdays, so like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, whatever. So if user type MON, so we have to print Monday. If user type TUE, we have to show Tuesday, like that. Okay. Now there are multiple condition. Understood the task? If user enter SUN, so about somewhere we will show Sunday. If he user SAT, we have to show complete Saturday. So there are multiple condition or no? Yes or no?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So here we will use at the rate if else, the if else ladder. Okay. So after this, again, I will use call 3. Now here, let's say paragraph Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Thursday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday and Saturday. Okay. So if user type MON, so I have to render this. If user type TUE, I have to render this. Tell me, how many variable I will be needing? I need to read the text box value.
Six
Right?
variables.
Why 6 variable? And where you will bind those 6 variable?
Oh yeah, sorry, sir. Only one
Okay,
variable.
one
based
variable
on
na?
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we say? Day starting character string is equal to empty. Okay. So this variable, I will bind it over here using ng model directly. Okay. Now I will get to know like what user type in this variable. Now at the rate if this variable has sun, we will show this div, first condition, then at the rate else, if this is same thing what we do in programming,
Yes, yes, sir.
second
Really?
condition,
Yeah, Monday.
we will display this over there. Again, same
Else if, yeah.
Tuesday, like that. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And comment remaining now. Let's check this. So currently nothing is visible. Okay. If I type end day, see. Understood? So this is how
Yes,
you
sir.
add multiple condition, and based on multiple condition, if you have multiple UI to render, we put it like that. Okay. Let me complete this. Wednesday will go over here. Thursday will go over here, and Saturday will go over here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Sir, there are like application where we do search, like 2, 3 words we write and we
Mhm.
get some suggestions. So this is
Yeah.
also like this, the same.
No. That is something else. That is autocomplete,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Let's say you have a city drop down, and once you start searching, you make the API call and you get the response, and that you append it to the text box. That is autocomplete. Okay. This is like based on the what user has typed, we just have to display different data. Multiple conditions are there. That's why we are using if else ladder. Okay. Now, if I type SAT, it is coming. But let's say user types some things, SAD. Now this doesn't match with any of our condition, right? So what we should do? If user types
Else part.
something which doesn't match to any of our condition,
Else we
right?
use
Else.
So when we saw our programming, if else, if else, if else, so finally we will have an else block,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Here we can have finally else block. And here we will say not matched. Okay, let's say. Okay, so see, if I type MON, it is printing. SUN, printing. But if I type anything, it is saying not matched. But if text box is also empty, still it is showing not matched. Is it correct?
Not correct, sir.
No.
So what should we do to handle
We have
this?
to do the null check. It should not be.
Where? So we finally this else block is going to execute. So over here again we can write at the rate if, correct? And we will check if this is not
Equals to no.
empty,
Le-
then only we need to show this paragraph, correct?
Yes.
Sorry. Correct, na? It
Yes,
will
sir.
go to the else block, but again we need to check. If it is not empty, then only we need to render this. And if it is empty, we will say type something, correct? Type day name. Now your warning and everything is proper. See, if the text box is empty, we are getting type day name. If I start MON, it is printing. If I start something, not match. Now it is working fine. No
Yes.
scenarios will break. ओके सो जब भी हमें यूआई में मल्टीपल कंडीशन के साथ मल्टीपल यूआई रेंडर करना है तो हम @ एलसिफ करते हैं और फाइनली अगर एक भी कंडीशन ऊपर की मैच नहीं हुई तो हम वो जो भी यूआई रेंडर करना है वो @else में लिखेंगे क्लियर
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके सो ये अपना @if हो गया और सिनेरियो लेने की जरूरत है
No, sir. I'm good.
जैसे हमने वहां पे किया था सेम लाइक दैट ओके नथिंग डिफरेंस ओके अब एनजी फॉर देखते हैं, फिर एनजी फॉर के अंदर फिर से एनजी यूज करेंगे, मतलब हुआ नहीं है, फिर से रिपीट वही करने वाले हैं अपन। एनजी फॉर अरे कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेते हैं अपने पहले। कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है। सो अपने पास पहले सिटी का अरे है, उसके साथ कर लेते हैं। एट द टॉप कर रहा हूँ अभी। ओके, मेरे पास इसको बाजू में ओपन कर लेते हैं। मेरे पास मेरा सिटी का लिस्ट है। अब ये सिटी में, सिटी के अरे में जो भी डेटा है वो मुझे यूएल एल आई में दिखाना है। ओके, सो एट द रेट यूएल, सॉरी, यूएल एल आई।
Fine.
अब जैसा what we did, like in case of ngif where we have written the ngif directly in the HTML, not on the particular element or not on anything, right? Directly in the HTML we have written this at the rate if. Same like that, whatever the element you want to iterate, that you will put it inside your for loop. So at the rate for. So now what you know from the programming, there it is something else like var index, like that we do. But here item of your array name directly. Okay, this just forget it for some time. This is just the syntax you can consider. I will explain it later. This is your for loop. Okay, in Angular, in normal JavaScript also we have for loop like this. Wow. How do we write that? Let item of. Okay, if you remember when we discussed for loop, what are the loops we discussed in JavaScript? Various types of loops we just discussed, not gone in detail, but at least we discussed. What were those?
For, while,
For,
do while,
while, do while,
do
again,
while,
For each.
for each. And
For
just
each.
like that, we can write this also. For let item of your array. Same syntax is over here, just that let you don't need to write. Directly item of city list. So here in the item, each element you will get. Got it? Just like in ngFor also we were used to write, na, let item of this. So let word is removed. Okay, now this li will go inside over here, and this item you will print it over here.
Index is giving the index of the array.
Yeah, index, we will get it over index. Okay,
And track, what is this track?
track is just, I will explain this later. Okay, so this is how we write the for loop. For loop, item of, then your array name, and track by index.
And do
Track,
we need to
if we
use track by index for, I mean, for sure, or if we not use also it will
no,
work?
no, we have to use it. In ngFor also we have track, but that was optional. But in at the rate for loop, it is mandatory. If we remove this, now it will give you error. Track is mandatory. Okay, I will explain properly, like what's the use of it. Clear? So at the rate for item of your array name. Can we change the item? Instead of item, can I write city?
Yes.
Right? Just like how we created a variable. It's your whatever
No.
you say so. Okay. See, we got it. Okay. So जो हमने ngFor में किया था, पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट पे, जो एलिमेंट हमें इटरेट करना था उस पे हमने ngFor लगाया था। बट एनजी एट द रेट फॉर के केस में क्या है, डायरेक्टली लिखो और उसके अंदर जो एलिमेंट रिपीट करना है उसको डालो। ओके, so just write the for loop like this, and whatever the element you want to repeat, iterate, that you will put it inside your curly braces. Understood? Clear or no?
Clear.
Okay, let's see one more
Sir, no
example.
need to write late.
No need to write.
Okay.
Let's try select. Where I will write the for loop,
An option.
right?
Select.
Here at the no. If you write the select multiple drop down you will get. What you need to iterate? Option only, na? Okay. Same thing we discussed over there also. If we write the for loop above select, multiple drop down with one option you will get. Okay. We need one drop down, but option should be multiple. So this option will go over here. Okay. Then here, curly braces, item. See. Clear? Understood everyone? जो एलिमेंट तुम्हें इटरेट करना है वो @for के अंदर जाएगा. That's it. Okay. If you think like the syntax is little bit hard, so what you can do, you can simply write @for. Okay. And once you select it, it will come automatically. Then you just have to change the variable name. But don't use this method. Try to write it. Might happen like when someone asks you to write it, if you don't have a habit of writing it, you might make mistake. Because I have done that. I used to select like that. Then sometimes my TL was looking into my system, we were sharing, and I got confused. Like, how do we write? Okay. So make the habit of writing. See, I will write it for you also. @for directly variable name. We don't have to use let. City of your variable name, city list. That's not good. City list, semicolon, track, dollar index. Okay. Clear? Like this you need to write. Okay. Let's load button also. Class btn success. City. See, we got 4 button. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's try with the array of object. Call 6 table. What this will does? I'm writing like this. What this will does?
This is a class.
Hmm.
Once you enter that class, so your
See, what it will does, it will create this element and it will add these 2
Yeah.
classes to that element.
Yeah.
Okay. We have t-head. Is t-head mandatory? We have to write it t-head every time, or can we skip that?
No.
Is t-head mandatory?
we can skip that.
T-body also we can skip that. But in
Yes.
Bootstrap 5, if you don't use t-head and t-body, and inside t-body you have a button. So that if you had a BTN class or something, so those classes doesn't work properly. Try it. Just create a table, and inside t-body in TD you have a button. Okay, and see the button on hover now the classes will not work properly. Okay, just in Bootstrap 5. I don't know what they have written like that. Trail of classes they might be following. So somewhere class get overridden. Okay. Serial number, name, city.
Sir, if we have option *ng for *ng, so why this concept is
I will
coming
explain.
like? Okay.
T-body, TD. Where I should use for loop?
TD.
TR.
Again same question.
Yeah.
This whole block we need to repeat, na?
Yeah.
Right? So over here @for. If you add it on TD, only TD will get iterate. Right? What we need to iterate? Complete TR with 1111 TD. Right? So over here, student list. And this whole TR will go inside your for loop. Okay. Now we needed that serial number. So this is the property. So here you get the serial number, $index. Okay. Item dot. Now see, in remaining text box, in remaining TD also, I have to write this. This will be common. So you can copy. Then here, Control Shift Alt down. What I did?
Alt.
See, just type it over here. Control Shift Alt. At a time, you return all the lines. Okay. Or you can use your mouse cursor. Mouse, if your cursor has a button, na, just click and drag. Like this, you can write at a one time in multiple line. 50 mobile is active. See, we got the for loop. See, index started from 0. So what do we do over here?
This one.
+1.
+1.
Okay. Now, inside for loop, this active was there. Again, we have to show that true active or deactive, right? So we will have student active, deactive. So again, at the rate if, just like we have done over there. So if this variable is true, we have to render this. Now, do I again need to write at the rate if and check it?
No, else.
Else only, okay?
Else. At the rate else.
At the rate else. We have to write this one. Okay? We didn't remove this. Clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Same thing, you will do it over here. Just the right way of writing is something different. Okay. Clear? This is what we call control flow statement. Again, we have at the rate switch also, but that I will explain later. What we used to do with at the ngIf and ngFor, same thing we can do with at the rate for and at the rate if also. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the benefit is, see, by each, what's the rival of Angular? Rival means
React and Vue.
React and Vue. Vue is not there in that much picture. Very limited use case are there for the Vue because Angular and React are almost same. Here we have ng model, there we have model. Almost same. So if you understand Angular, it is very easy to understand Vue. So many companies will ask you interviews, take your interviews on Angular, but they will ask you to work on Vue also, and they will provide the training basic. You can easily work. Anyone have tried Vue.js? It's almost
Also.
same. Okay. React is almost same. Whatever the topic we have it over, there also we have it. Just way of writing is different. Okay. So how React is behaving? In React, we write like this directly in the HTML condition analysis. So I don't know like what thought process Angular team is putting into, but almost like what React has us, everything we are getting it in Angular. In React, we have state. So here we have got signal. Okay. Means
Yes.
direct, and if we say this now, directive is directive whatever time complexity means, whatever the execution time directive used to do ngIf and ngFor. In case of at the rate if and at the rate for, it takes less time complexity. Okay, it will take less time to execute instead of that.
Yes.
Okay, and let's say if we talk about this at the rate if else, where is that? So this kind of thing we don't have in ngIf. We have to write multiple ngIf, and all ngIf will again execute. But here, let's say this condition gets satisfied, it won't check remaining. This thing we don't have in ngIf. Multiple paragraph will be there with multiple ngIf, so all will execute, all will check. So there will be little bit of extra time. Okay. Again, we don't need to
Else
import anything.
we don't have else in ngIf, right?
We have, but again, like we
But
have to
we
use
didn't-
it with ng template, not directly.
Okay, we didn't
Okay.
discuss it, right?
Yeah, no, we didn't discuss it.
Okay.
Okay, because again, I need to explain the ng template also. That's all. We will discuss it later. Clear? For loop and at the rate if.
Yes, sir. So the track, what is the track? We
See,
have
track
that.
is like just theory I'm explaining. It will track
Hmm.
the existing record. Each record, it will make it unique something. Okay. See this track, it is identifying each record as a unique something. Means, see, it's like we have multiple record now. So each record it is marking at this is unique. Okay. So if we don't pass anything, by default, it will add index by itself. But we can, let's say, if we had an ID over here, student ID, so that will be unique. So that we can also pass it over here. We will see that properly. In inline editing, I can explain with proper practical implementation. Okay.
sir.
Just to track the uniqueness of each record, each TR. That's why we use track. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Just give me 5 minutes. We will start NG class. Okay. 5 minutes. I'm stopping the recording. Remind me once we start. So when we implemented routing, this is very basic things we have done. What we did, we created routes, and those routes we use it in the HTML by using router link. So just to navigate. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you see, if I am on the variable, if I am on the ng, now if I am on the ng, this should get highlighted or something. Like I should know,
Yes.
na? Like which is the activated link.
No.
If we check W3, if I click on Java, see, it is getting highlighted.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just like that, we can do. So here you need to import router active link, router link active. Okay. Now here, how do you use that? Router link active is equal to active class. So active is nothing but a class name. Okay. So this we will put it everywhere. So what it does, if this route is activated, it will add this class to this particular element. If this route is activated, this will add this class to over here. Why it is not working? Save. So see, variable is looking like active. If you check the inspect, see, it has that active class. See,
Yeah.
if I say control flow, see, that got activated. Clear?
Yes.
This active class is from Bootstrap. You can create your own class also, and then that you can add. Okay. This is your class name. Whatever you
Yes,
feel
sir.
so. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you? Yeah, I understood it, but I just wanted to have that overview. So first we create a route in the app routes, right, sir?
Right.
Then
First we
give
create
that.
all our routes.
Yes.
Then we create our navbar. Whatever the various links we have, there we add our route name, what we created, path name from our route. This we give it over here on the router link. Router link is the replacement of, what's the replacement of href?
That
Okay.
href.
And we need router outlet. What's the purpose of router outlet?
It will be render our
Is
particular.
responsible for rendering the selected components.
Again, repeat one more time.
Sir, it is responsible for rendering the components, sir.
Which component?
Render it the
Which
active
component it will render? Activated route. Whatever the
Activate.
current route is there, na, its component it will render. Okay. Clear
Yes.
now? It will render only one component at a time. Correct? Okay. So router link we are done. So once we click on it, our URL will change, and whatever the route name we have, and whatever the component we have associated with this route name, that component will load over here. Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Now, if we have to add some active class, some class, so that we can show like this is your activated, this is your, this is where you click. So for that, you can make use of router link active. So whatever the active link we have, whatever the activated route we have, there it will add this class. Whatever the class name you say over here, na, that will get added over here dynamically. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I remove here, if I don't have anything, see, it's not rendering anything. If I don't have any route in my URL, it's not rendering anything.
Okay,
So
by
for this,
default.
yeah, so to handle this, we have to create default route. Okay. So path will be empty. Then
Redirect to
redirect to. If you don't have anything in the URL, which component you have to render? So let's say data binding, I need to render by default. So your route name will go over here. And one more path strategy we need to give. Here we have two options, pull and prefix. So this is like when we host our Angular application into another application, na, means let's say your parent application is Java, and inside that you are hosting your Angular. So that's why we always go for a full. Or if it will match, if it is not going with the full, na, it will just match this after hash or something. But if it's a full, it will start from here to here. Okay, but normally every time we go with full only. Prefix, very small scenarios are there, we go prefix, and our routing structure is like that. As I said, na, multiple applications are hosted into single environment. There we have to go with that. Full will, it will consider whole your URL. Okay. Now, so see, if I don't have anything, still it is going to data binding, because that's what we said. So okay, if route is empty, no route is activated, where you have to redirect? Data binding. This is your default route. Clear? Okay. Everyone clear now?
The path match full is required, or we
Yeah,
can
it is
remove
required. See, if we remove na, here it won't do, it won't show any error, but here it will break.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Path match strategy required. Clear? This is your default route. Okay. Now, currently we are on ng4. See the tab name. What's the tab name we are having?
test
Test
29.
If I go to variable, here also same thing. From where this test 29 is coming?
Title.
Project
Title.
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 No, but from where? In
main
index.html, we
index
have it
of
over
HTML.
here, title. Okay. But let's say whatever the route you are there, you want to change the title of this. Okay. So when you create the route, on each route, you can set the title also by using title property.
Title.
Okay. Just like that, you can set title for all the route. Like this.
For a default route, also we can use the title, sir. After
No,
path match.
does default route stays like that? Does default route stay like that, or it will redirect to some other component, na?
Yeah, correct. Redirect to
So is there
the
any
data binding.
sense of
Yeah.
writing that over here? मतलब URL में ये रहता है क्या? नहीं ना? Immediately जैसे उसको मिला ये यहाँ पे आ जाएगा ना? तो
Yes,
इसी का
sir.
टाइटल रहेगा.
Okay, got it. Right.
Okay. हाँ.
No sensor.
Okay. So if I go to data binding, see, data binding is displayed over here. If I go to admin page variable, if you don't give anything, then it will put the last one. It won't change. The remaining we didn't give. So see, data binding is there. Clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
So we can set the
Yes.
title on the tab name by providing a title on the route name. Okay. Now, if user manually types something, state, enter. So your code will break. What the error you will get? Cannot match any route with URL segment state. Do we have any route name with state?
No, we don't.
No. So if user tries something, manually try to put it over here, your application break. Right? Your
Yes.
application stopped. So we can handle this by using wildcard route. What is
Is not found.
wildcard route? So for that, what we can do, we can create one more component.
Page is not found.
G generate component, not found name I'm giving to the component. Okay. And in this component, I will say like page not found, invalid URL, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So if user types something which is not there in our route, so at the end, we have to create this wildcard route where
Yes.
path will be 2-star.
Yes.
And
correct.
your wildcard route should be at the end only, because this route get processed according to the index, because in array index matter.
Yes.
Does index matter na in array? See, this is
Yes.
array. Okay. So it should be your last component, your not found
Not
component.
found.
So this is your wildcard route.
Yes.
Okay. If I type something over here, state master. See, now your application didn't break. It will redirect to your wildcard route. Correct?
Yes.
Understood?
Can we
Yes.
write the title for this, sir?
Sorry, repeat.
Title.
Over here, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can give the title.
Yeah. Okay.
Only on the default route we cannot give. As I said, no, that won't stay there. Okay.
Got it.
Clear all?
So in path, sir, we need to add a star, right?
Yeah. In wildcard route, 2-star.
2
That's
star.
how it identifies.
It is fixed. Okay. 2
Yeah,
star, not
2-star
we
only.
not
No, nothing
apply
else.
1 star or
No,
3 star.
nothing else. 2-star only.
Okay.
Clear?
Child or child route in submenu.
Sorry, Samadhan.
Submenu, how to write route for
No,
submenu?
submenu is something else, but we create normal route. Then while rendering, we write that submenu thing. Here you will create route only. But if you want submenu, let's say master, then in master you need some. That's HTML over here. If you see that our website. JavaScript. So here you can see in NGRXC submenu, hosting and closure. In advanced again submenu. This HTML, but route you will create individually only. Okay. How you display that is HTML part, not the routing part. Okay. Everyone has access to this website, correct?
Please provide the link.
Yes, sir. Please provide the
Do
link.
bookmark this also properly. Every day what I am preparing, I am putting it over here.
Can we add this in description of the group so that we're not lost?
We can do something. Okay, description. Yeah, I will add it.
Yeah.
Okay. So see all the JavaScript concept, whatever we discussed in the evening, na, everything is there, but I didn't share it everything over there. But whole thing is over here. And you can check your knowledge also. Some test snippets are also there according to various categories. Just do this, and after that, if you want to check it, so check knowledge is also there. Okay, here it will come random question. You can provide the output, and at the end you can submit it, and then you will get it like how many. I didn't provide everything, so you will get the result also if you just want to check it. Okay, so
Sir, also the whatever the task is there, that link is different, right?
yeah, that link is different. This is just I was preparing for interview, so I created. Make sure you also see whenever you are preparing for interview, now make sure you document everything. Because when we prepare, what do? We just learn it. We don't write code. Anyone do like that? Just like how we used to study, we just learn everything when we prepare. Anyone have
Yes.
tried writing everything, doing coding while preparing?
Yes.
Try it.
Yeah.
Whenever you are preparing now, you have to actually write and implement everything. That way your preparation will become proper. Because if you just see it and learn it now, when someone asks you to write it, you will get confused. But if you have written it, then you will be more confident. So that interview site, first one. This browser, it won't open. So whatever the question you see over here, this is like before 3 years, whatever I tried, when I prepared, this is the collection of that. Everything, whatever you see over here, everything I have prepared. So now again I'm preparing. So I have created one more site. And each time you see, you might have heard this line. If, so many products are there. I'm not talking about the big product, but there are very small product also. Even I also have one product that is electronic store stock management. Okay. That I created when I had 2 years of experience. I had a client, I created that product for him. Means it was a particular software just for him. That was working fine. Okay. Some issues came, then again I fixed it. That is working fine. Then that software I converted into product. So other electronic shop also can use it. Okay. Every year I'm working on that. And with each new version, UI also looks better. User means user are keeping in mind like this will be more user friendly. Those features I'm adding. So whenever, just like the example, last year I created like this. Now I created like this. Right? That theme toggle is also there. Okay. So every time have something of your something like this. And every time you do, you will go next step beyond that. Okay. So those who are in the interview phase, just start from introduction, how JSON, hosting, closure, everything. Whatever things you can learn, not like I'm preparing for a TL level, so I have gone in very deep, but at least you read it also somewhat you will have in your mind. Okay. Angular not started it, just the advanced part I have completed. Now I will start the basic part also. Huh?
Can you also ping the task link also in the description?
Clear, everyone? And make sure you download all the recording, okay? I need to delete the existing one, then only we can record it on the cloud.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine then.